This is a demonstration of exercise 1419B fair value option. Emily Company commonly issues long-term notes payable to its various lenders. Emily has had a pretty good credit rating such that its effective borrowing rate is quite low, less than 7% on an annual basis. Emily has elected to use the fair value option for the long-term notes issued to Second National Bank and has the following data related to the carrying and fair value for these notes. So we are given the carrying values and the fair values for the notes at the end of 2020, 21, and 22. Part A in the instructions state, prepare the journal entry at December 31st, Emily's year end, for 2020, 2021, and 2022 to record the fair value option for these notes. So I have a schedule at the top where we're going to compute first the unrealized holding gain or loss for that year, and then the change in the unrealized holding gain or loss, because that is the amount that we will actually record in the entries. So let's look at the first year. At year ending 2020, the carrying value of the notes was $50,000, but the fair value is $54,000. Now remember, these are liabilities. So if the fair value is greater than the carrying value, that is going to be actually a loss. So this would be a negative $4,000. Since we have no information on there being any notes to Second National Bank prior to 2020, we're going to assume that we didn't have any notes with them before. So the first year, the change in the unrealized holding gain or loss would be the same amount. In the second year, at the end of 2021, the carrying value of the notes is $40,000 and the fair value is $38,000. Since these are liabilities, when the fair value goes below the carrying value, this is going to be an unrealized holding gain, and in this case it would be $2,000. However, since we did have an unrealized holding loss last year of $4,000, and now we have an unrealized gain of $2,000, our change will actually be a $6,000 holding gain for this year, because we went all the way from a loss of $4,000 to a gain of $2,000. At the end of 2022, the carrying value of the notes is $61,000 and the fair value is $62,500. Again, if the fair value is higher than the carrying value, since these are liabilities, that is going to be a loss. So there would be a $1,500 holding loss for this year. However, the change in the unrealized holding gain or loss would actually be $3,500, because we had an unrealized holding gain of $2,000 last year, and this year we have a $1,500 loss. So that would actually require us to record a $3,500 unrealized holding loss. So now we can make our journal entries for each of the 3 years. At the end of 2020, we would debit the unrealized holding gain or loss income for $4,000. We would credit notes payable income for $4,000. The next year, at the end of 2021, we would debit our notes payable for $6,000, and we would credit unrealized holding gain or loss income for $6,000. At the end of 2022, we would debit our unrealized holding gain or loss income for $3,500, and we would credit notes payable income for $3,500. The B portion of the problem states, at what amount will the note be reported on Emily's 2021 statement of financial position? So we know that at the end of 2021, the fair value of the notes was $38,000, and that's what they would be reported at on the statement of financial position. The C portion states, what is the effect of recording the fair value option on these notes on Emily's 2022 income? Well, we know in 2022 that we recorded an unrealized holding loss of $3,500. So that would be the effect on the income. The C portion states, assuming that general market interest rates have been stable, does the fair value data for the notes indicate that Emily's creditworthiness has improved or declined in 2022? Well, we know at the end of 2022 the fair value of the notes was $62,500 and the carrying value was $6,100, which means that people would be willing to pay more for the notes than what the carrying value is. And given that the interest rates were stable, that would mean that Emily's creditworthiness has improved in 2022. And that is the conclusion of the demonstration for exercise 1419B.